What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about MicroCloud. This company has been very popular. I want to go over some of the current data points, why it's been so popular, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So starting off, it did go up 114.06% on Friday alone. 26% down after hours though. There has been no recent news, no SEC filings to really justify anything in either direction. So this is what is adding a little bit of mystery to MicroCloud. And whenever there is mystery, automatically people just say it's shorting. So I wanted to break that down for you in a second, but always pause it, read through it. This is the company profile. It is based out of China. So you have seen quite a lot of companies over the last, week and a half that did have a pretty significant run up that are based out of China and do have a low float. So I don't know if there's some coincidence based on all of that, but it's something just to kind of consider. And in reality, what got this company so popular was this news right here. So MicroCloud Hologram planned to join the Communications Industry Association. And it's more so this right here. So HOLO planned to join the Communications Industry Association in order to promote the development of the communications industry in the field of IT innovation, in order to accelerate the development of a new generation of information technology and the integration of industry information technology innovation. And based on their website, it seems to be fairly good. Oddly enough, I was playing around on it. It keeps referring you to go to contact sales. I don't really get a full grasp on exactly what they do, but I don't know. What's your thoughts on their website? Oddly enough, their website was giving me an error 9 times out of 10 when I was actually trying to join it. So luckily enough, it finally did work. But aside from that though, there has been no news to really justify this crazy run up, because over the last, 1 year alone, it is up 167%. Over the last 1 month, 2,629%. So a low float. Typically, whenever there's a low float, yes, there is a short squeeze component to it. But when it comes to this company, they recently did a reverse stock split. As you can kind of see, February the 2nd, 2024, a 1-for-10. And ultimately, whenever a company does a reverse stock split, it skews a lot of the numbers behind the scenes, such as even through Ortex, because it does show right now about 2 million shares are being shorted. On Friday, 177,000 shares were being returned, and 210.93% of the free float is being shorted. Because if you go over here for a second, it does show the free float only being 950.04 thousand. So if you factor all of this in, and that they did a 1-for-10 reverse stock split, that does put the amount of shares being shorted roughly around 200,000. And then the short interest roughly around 21%. Still, with a low float, that is kind of considerable. Still not enough to really justify a 2,600% increase over the last 1 month. But then again, what do I know, right? Ultimately though, as you can kind of see, they have not adjusted this. So this 210% is not accurate. So this is where you're getting a lot of people just citing this information right here and saying that it's a short squeeze play and whatever else. It does indicate that it's on the threshold list, but that does coincide with a lower float. And even behind the scenes though, the balance sheet isn't all that great. The company has had significant slowing, and that's kind of justified why it's gone down over the last little bit, with exception of this popularity on the 7th. But based on their last earnings, they had about 136.3 million in cash equivalents and 3.4 million in debt. So that's kind of normal. They did do a issuance, I believe it was October of 2023. So that did get rid of 110 million. So that's kind of a good thing though overall, but still not really to justify this volatility. So if you are looking at trading this, tread lightly. This is definitely not for the faint of heart. Do not remortgage your house to get into MicroCloud. But then again, I'm not a financial advisor, of course. So you guys ultimately do whatever the hell you see fit. But this company could very much retrace down very fast. And even looking on some of the fib levels, it is above every single level. So even looking on the short, 1 hour, $61 is going to be a small support. But like I already signaled, it did go down about 26%. So sitting at 48.90 after hours on Friday. And technically though, that does put it roughly around this R2 range. So this is a strong support. But aside from that though, when it was moving up, it really did struggle with this $36 range. So if it is going to retrace down, I would say it would probably land roughly around this R1. So if you are looking at swing trading it, that might be a good opportunity to potentially get in, at least in the short term. But long term, I would say avoid this stock. Do not get in because this could very much retrace back down to like the $10 range or even significantly less than that. So I think this is just one of those hype stocks that's been getting more and more popularity. A lot of people are just spreading misinformation, saying that it's a short squeeze play and many other things, but this is just a China-based company that has a low float, and that's just been getting a lot of popularity. Keep in mind, China recently did cite that they're going to be really pumping a lot of money into Chinese stocks, right? So technically, I don't know, there's a lot of moving parts in this, and this is just too risky for my liking. But of course, everyone has different risk levels, so you guys do whatever you feel comfortable. In fact, on Friday, though, it did come close to touching $100. So even if we zoom in right here, it came to about $98 and change. So it could be a very good swing trade, especially with the after hour sell-off on Friday. That might give a good opportunity to kind of once again get in cheap and just maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity with this, but that's just all short-term stuff. So let me know your thoughts on this company in the comments below. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What did you do with HOLO and why? Because I'm kind of curious. Are you just a momentum trader or are you a long investor? What's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. So even though Hologram has been going up, down, sideways, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for an account with Moo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So take advantage of this, link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.